Ram 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 Sarvebhyaha. Welcome to learning to chant Sriman Narayaneeyam, class 160. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje, gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave, na guroh paramam shishurasmi guroho, matirasti gurau mama pahi guro, Shrikanto matulo yasya janani sarvamangala, janaka shankaro devastam vande gunjarananam, पीतांबरं करविराजित शंख चक्र कौमोदकी सरसिजं करुणा समुद्रं राधा सहाय मति सुंदर मंदहासं वातालयेशमनिशं हृदि भावयामि. We shall begin with the third shloka in the 95th dashakam. We have seen the first two. Revision will anyway happen at the end when I recite all the verses. So, Chitra Sumant, we shall begin. Santi Shreyamsi
Santi Shreyamsi Santi Shreyamsi
Bhuyamsyapi
Bhuyamsyapi Bhuyamsyapi
Ruchi Bhidaya
Ruchi Bhidaya Ruchi Bhidaya
Karminam
Karminam Karminam
Nirmitani
Nirmitani Nirmitani
Kshudranandascha
Kshudranandascha Kshudranandascha
Santaha Santa
Santa Santa
Bahuvidhagatayaha
Bahuvidhagatayaha Bahuvidhagatayaha
Krishna Tebhyo Bhaveyuhu
Krishna Tebhyo Bhaveyuhu Krishna Tebhyo Bhaveyuhu
Tvancha Chakhyatha
Tvancha Chakhyatha Tvancha Chakhyatha
Sakhyenanu
Sakhyenanu Sakhyenanu
Mahitatamam
Mahitatamam Mahitatamam
Shreyasam
Shreyasam Shreyasam
Bhaktimekam
Bhaktimekam Bhaktimekam
Tvadbhaktyananda
Tvadbhaktyananda Tvadbhaktyananda
Tulyah Khalu
Tulyah Khalu Tulyah Khalu
Vishayajusham
Vishayajusham Vishayajusham
Sammadaha
Sammadaha Sammadaha
Kena Vasyat
Kena Vasyat Kena Vasyat
Santi Shreyamsi Bhuyamsi
Santi Shreyamsi Bhuyamsi Santi Shreyamsi Bhuyamsi
Api Ruchi Bhidaya
Api Ruchi Bhidaya Api Ruchi Bhidaya
Karminam Nirmitani
Karminam Nirmitani Karminam Nirmitani
Kshudranandascha Santa
Kshudranandascha Santa Kshudranandascha Santa
Bahuvidhagatayaha
Bahuvidhagatayaha Bahuvidhagatayaha
Krishna Tebhyo Bhaveyuhu
Krishna Tebhyo Bhaveyuhu Krishna Tebhyo Bhaveyuhu
Tvancha Chakhyatha
Tvancha Chakhyatha त्वञ्चाचख्याथ
त्वञ्चाचख्याथ सख्ये
त्वञ्चाचख्याथ सख्ये त्वञ्चाचख्याथ सख्ये
ननु महिततमाम्
ननु महिततमाम् ननु महिततमाम्
श्रेयसां भक्तिमेकाम्
श्रेयसां भक्तिमेकाम् श्रेयसां भक्तिमेकाम्
त्वद्भक्त्यानन्दतुल्यः
त्वद्भक्त्यानन्दतुल्यः त्वद्भक्त्यानन्दतुल्यः
खलु विषयजुषाम्
खलु विषयजुषां खलु विषयजुषां
सम्मदः केन वा स्यात्
सम्मदः केन वा स्यात् सम्मदः केन वा स्यात्
सन्ति श्रेयांसि भूयांस्यपि रुचिभिदया कर्मिणां निर्मितानि
सन्ति श्रेयांसि भूयांस्यपि रुचिभिदया कर्मिणां निर्मितानि सन्ति श्रेयांसि भूयांस्यपि रुचिभिदया कर्मिणां निर्मितानि
क्षुद्रानन्दाश्च सान्ता बहुविधगतयः कृष्णतेभ्यो भवेयुः
क्षुद्रानन्दाश्च सान्ता बहुविधगतयः कृष्णतेभ्यो भवेयुः क्षुद्रानन्दाश्च सान्ता बहुविधगतयः कृष्णतेभ्यो भवेयुः
त्वञ्चाचख्याथ सख्येन नु महिततमां श्रेयसां भक्तिमेकाम्
त्वञ्चाचख्याथ सख्येन नु महिततमां श्रेयसां भक्तिमेकाम् त्वञ्चाचख्याथ सख्येन नु महिततमां श्रेयसां भक्तिमेकाम्
त्वद्भक्त्यानन्दतुल्यः खलु विषयजुषां सम्मदः केन वा स्यात्
त्वद्भक्त्यानन्दतुल्यः खलु विषयजुषां सम्मदः केन वा स्यात् त्वद्भक्त्यानन्दतुल्यः खलु विषयजुषां सम्मदः केन वा स्यात् सन्ति श्रेयांसि भूयांस्यपि रुचिभिदया कर्मिणां निर्मितानि क्षुद्रानन्दाश्च सान्ता बहुविधगतयः कृष्णतेभ्यो भवेयुः त्वञ्चाचख्याथ सख्येन ननु महिततमां श्रेयसां भक्तिमेकाम् त्वद्भक्त्यानन्दतुल्यः खलु विषयजुषां सम्मदः केन वा स्यात्
Good. Next shloka, Jayalakshmi Ganesh.
नमस्कारं जी।
Namaste. त्वद्भक्त्या
त्वद्भक्त्या त्वद्भक्त्या
तुष्टबुद्धेः
तुष्टबुद्धेः तुष्टबुद्धेः
सुखमिह चरतः
सुखमिह चरतः सुखमिह चरतः
विच्युताशस्य च विच्युताशस्य
विच्युताशस्य विच्युताशस्य
चाशाः
चाशाः चाशाः
सर्वास्युः
सर्वास्युः सर्वास्युः
that sakara little one more matra sarvasyuh
सर्वास्युः सर्वास्युः
सौख्यमय्यः
सौख्यमय्यः सौख्यमय्यः
Salila
सलिलकुहरगतस्य
Kuharagasya. Kuharagasya. No gatasya.
सलिलकुहरगस्य
Iva toyaikamyyaha.
इव तोयैकमय्यः इव तोयैकमय्यः
Soyam khalvindralokam.
सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकम् सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकम्
Kamalaja bhavanam.
कमलजभवनम् कमलजभवनम्
Yoga siddhischa hridyaha.
योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः
Nakangshati.
नाकाङ्क्षति नाकाङ्क्षति
Etadastam.
एतदास्ताम् एतदास्ताम्
Swayamanupatite.
स्वयमनुपतिते स्वयमनुपतिते
Moksha saukhye.
मोक्षसौख्ये मोक्षसौख्ये
Apyanihaha.
अप्यनीहः अप्यनीहः
Tvadbhaktya tushtabuddhe.
त्वद्भक्त्या तुष्टबुद्धेः त्वद्भक्त्या तुष्टबुद्धेः
Sukhamiha charataha.
सुखमिह चरतः सुखमिह चरतः
Vichyutashasya chashaha.
विच्युताशस्य चाशाः विच्युताशस्य चाशाः
Sarvasyu saukhyamayyaha.
सर्वास्युः सौख्यमय्यः सर्वास्युः सौख्यमय्यः
Salila kuharagasya.
सलिलकुहरगस्य सलिलकुहरगस्य
Iva toyaikamyyaha.
इव तोयैकमय्यः इव तोयैकमय्यः
Kuharagasyeva toyaikamyyaha.
कुहरगस्येव तोयैकमय्यः कुहरगस्येव तोयैकमय्यः
Soyam khalvindralokam.
सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकम् सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकम्
Kamalaja bhavanam.
कमलजभवनम् कमलजभवनम्
Yoga siddhischa hridyaha.
योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः
Nakangshati.
नाकाङ्क्षति नाकाङ्क्षति
Etadastam.
एतदास्ताम् एतदास्ताम्
Nakangshatyetadastam.
नाकाङ्क्षत्येतदास्ताम् नाकाङ्क्षत्येतदास्ताम्
Swayamanupatite.
स्वयमनुपतिते स्वयमनुपतिते
Moksha saukhyeप्यनीहहा.
मोक्षसौख्येऽप्यनीहः मोक्षसौख्येऽप्यनीहः
Tvadbhaktya tushtabuddhe sukhamiha charato. Vichyutashasya chashaha.
त्वद्भक्त्या तुष्टबुद्धे सुखमिह चरतो विच्युताशस्य चाशाः त्वद्भक्त्या तुष्टबुद्धे सुखमिह चरतो विच्युताशस्य चाशाः
सर्वास्युः सौख्यमय्यः सलिलकुहरगस्येव तोयैकमय्यः
सर्वास्युः सौख्यमय्यः सलिलकुहरगस्येव तोयैकमय्यः सर्वास्युः सौख्यमय्यः सलिलकुहरगस्येव तोयैकमय्यः
सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकं कमलजभवनै योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः
सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकं कमलजभवनं योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकं कमलजभवनं योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः
आकाङ्क्षत्येतदास्तां स्वयमनुपतिते मोक्षसौख्येऽप्यनीहः
नाकाङ्क्षत्येतदास्तां स्वयमनुपतिते मोक्षसौख्येऽप्यनीहः नाकाङ्क्षत्येतदास्तां स्वयमनुपतिते मोक्षसौख्येऽप्यनीहः मोक्षसौख्येऽप्यनीहः त्वद्भक्त्या तुष्टबुद्धे सुखमिह चरतो विच्युताशस्य चाशाः सर्वास्युः सौख्यमय्यः सलिलकुहरगस्येव तोयैकमय्यः सोऽयं खल्विन्द्रलोकं कमलजभवनं योगसिद्धिश्च हृद्याः नाकाङ्क्षत्येतदास्तां स्वयमनुपतिते मोक्षसौख्येऽप्यनीहः.
And the first and second line, that sakara after visarga, little more that pause should come. Tushta buddhe sukha, one more extra sakara is there. Saukhyamaya salila, it was almost correct. Little more, that is, if it comes, it will be correct. Excellent. Good. त्वद्भक्तः
त्वद्भक्तः त्वद्भक्तः
बाध्यमानः
बाध्यमानः बाध्यमानः
अपि च विषयरसैः
अपि च विषयरसैः अपि च विषयरसैः
इन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः
इन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः इन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः
भक्त्यैव
भक्त्यैव भक्त्यैव
आक्रम्यमाणैः
आक्रम्यमाणैः आक्रम्यमाणैः
पुनरपि खलु तैः
पुनरपि खलु तैः पुनरपि खलु तैः
दुर्बलैः
दुर्बलैः दुर्बलैः
नाभिजय्यः
नाभिजय्यः नाभिजय्यः
सप्तार्चिः
सप्तार्चिः सप्तार्चिः
दीपितार्चिः
दीपितार्चिः दीपितार्चिः
दहति किल यथा
दहति किल यथा दहति किल यथा
भूरि दारु प्रपञ्चम्
भूरि दारु प्रपञ्चम् भूरि दारु प्रपञ्चम्
त्वद्भक्त्यौघे
त्वद्भक्त्यौघे त्वद्भक्त्यौघे
तथैव
तथैव तथैव
प्रदहति दुरितं
प्रदहति दुरितं प्रदहति दुरितं
दुर्मदः
दुर्मदः दुर्मदः
त्वेन्द्रियाणां
वेन्द्रियाणां वेन्द्रियाणां
त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानः
त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानः
मानः
त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानः
बाध्यमानः
त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानः त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानः
अपि च विषयरसैः
अपि च विषयरसैः अपि च विषयरसैः
इन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः
इन्द्रियाशान्तिः इन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः इन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः
भक्तैव क्रम्यमाणैः
भक्त्यैव क्रम्यमाणैः भक्त्यैव क्रम्यमाणैः
रिपीट भक्त्यैव क्रम्यमाणैः
भक्त्यैव क्रम्यमाणैः भक्त्यैव क्रम्यमाणैः
पुनरपि खलु तैः
पुनरपि खलु तैः पुनरपि खलु तैः
तैर्दुर्बलैर्नाभिजय्यः
तैर्दुर्बलैर्नाभिजय्यः तैर्दुर्बलैर्नाभिजय्यः
सप्तार्चिः
सप्तार्चिः सप्तार्चिः
दीपितार्चिः
दीपितार्चिः दीपितार्चिः
सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिः
सप्ताचिर्दीप्ति दीपितार्चिः
सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिः सप्तार्चिर्
सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिः सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिः
दहति किल यथा
दहति किल यथा दहति किल यथा
सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिर्दहति किल यथा
सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिर्दहति किल यथा सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिर्दहति किल यथा
भूरिदारुप्रपञ्चम्
भूरिदारुप्रपञ्चम् भूरिदारुप्रपञ्चम्
त्वद्भक्त्यौघे तथैव
त्वद्भक्त्यौघे तथैव त्वद्भक्त्यौघे तथैव
प्रदहति दुरितं
प्रदहति दुरितं प्रदहति दुरितं
दुर्मदः क्वेन्द्रियाणाम्
दुर्मदः क्वेन्द्रियाणां दुर्मदः क्वेन्द्रियाणां
त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानोऽपि च विषयरसैरिन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः
त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानोऽपि च विषयरसैरिन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानोऽपि च विषयरसैरिन्द्रियाशान्तिहेतोः
भक्त्यैव क्रम्यमाणैः पुनरपि खलु तैर्दुर्बलैर्नाभिजय्यः
भक्त्यैवाक्रम्यमाणैः पुनरपि खलु तैर्दुर्बलैर्नाभिजय्यः भक्त्यैवाक्रम्यमाणैः पुनरपि खलु तैर्दुर्बलैर्नाभिजय्यः
सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिर्दहति किल यथा भूरिदारुप्रपञ्चम्
सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिर्दहति किल यथा भूरिदारुप्रपञ्चम् सप्तार्चिर्दीपितार्चिर्दहति किल यथा भूरिदारुप्रपञ्चम्
त्वद्भक्त्यौघे तथैव प्रदहति दुरितं दुर्मदः क्वेन्द्रियाणाम्
त्वद्भक्त्यौघे तथैव प्रदहति दुरितं दुर्मदः क्वेन्द्रियाणाम् त्वद्भक्त्यौघे तथैव प्रदहति दुरितं दुर्मदः क्वेन्द्रियाणाम् त्वद्भक्तो बाध्यमानोऽपि च विषयरसैरिन्द्रिया शान्ति हेतोः भक्त्यैवाक्रम्यमाणैः पुनरपि खलु तैर्दुर्बलैर्नाभिजय्यः सप्तार्चिर्दीप्तितार्चिर्दहति किल यथा भूरिदारुप्रपञ्चम् त्वद्भक्त्यौघे तथैव प्रदहति दुरितं दुर्मदः क्वेन्द्रियाणाम्
Next श्लोक चित्रा सुमंत चित्तार्द्री
चित्तार्द्री चित्तार्द्री
भावमुच्चैः
भावमुच्चैः भावमुच्चैः
वपुषि च पुलकम्
वपुषि च पुलकम् वपुषि च पुलकम्
हर्षबाष्पञ्च हित्वा
हर्षबाष्पञ्च हित्वा हर्षबाष्पञ्च हित्वा
चित्तं शुद्ध्येत्
चित्तं शुद्ध्येत् चित्तं शुद्ध्येत्
कथं वा
कथं वा कथं वा
किमु बहुतपसा
किमु बहुतपसा किमु बहुतपसा
विद्यया वीतभक्तेः
विद्यया वीतभक्तेः विद्यया वीतभक्तेः
त्वद्गाथाः
त्वद्गाथाः त्वद्गाथाः
त्वद्गाथासु
त्वद्गाथासु त्वद्गाथासु
It is okay. Both of them, whatever I said is wrong. It is Twadgatha Aswada. So Twadgatha Aswada.
Twadgatha Swada. Twadgatha Swada.
Siddhanjana.
Siddhanjana. Siddhanjana.
Satatamari mrijyamanaha.
Satatamari mrijyamanaha. Satatamari mrijyamanaha.
Ayamatma.
Ayamatma. Ayamatma.
Chakshurvat.
Chakshurvat. Chakshurvat.
Tattvasukshmam.
Tattvasukshmam. Tattvasukshmam.
Bhajati na tu tatha.
भजति न तु तथा भजति न तु तथा
Abhyastaya.
अभ्यस्तया अभ्यस्तया
Tarkakotya.
तर्ककोट्या तर्ककोट्या
Chittardri bhavamuchaihi.
चित्तार्द्री भावमुच्चैः चित्तार्द्री भावमुच्चैः
Vapushi cha pulakam.
वपुषि च पुलकं वपुषि च पुलकं
Harshabashpancha hitva.
हर्षबाष्पं च हित्वा हर्षबाष्पं च हित्वा
Chittam shuddhyet katham va.
चित्तं शुध्येत् कथं वा चित्तं शुध्येत् कथं वा
Kimu bahu tapasa.
किमु बहु तपसा
Vidyaya vita bhaktehe.
विद्यया वीतभक्तेः विद्यया वीतभक्तेः
Tvadgathasvadasiddha.
त्वद्गाथास्वादसिद्ध त्वद्गाथास्वादसिद्ध
Anjana satata.
अञ्जन सतत अञ्जन सतत
Tvadgathasvadasiddhanjana satata.
त्वद्गाथास्वादसिद्धाञ्जन सतत त्वद्गाथास्वादसिद्धाञ्जन सतत
Marimrijyamanaha.
मरीमृज्यमानः मरीमृज्यमानः
Ayamatma.
अयमात्मा अयमात्मा
Marimrijyamano yamatma.
मरीमृज्यमानो यमात्मा मरीमृज्यमानो यमात्मा
Chakshurvat tattva sukshmam.
चक्षुर्वत्तत्त्वसूक्ष्मं चक्षुर्वत्तत्त्वसूक्ष्मं
Bhajati na tu tatha.
भजति न तु तथा भजति न तु तथा
Abhyastaya tarkakotya.
अभ्यस्तया तर्ककोट्या अभ्यस्तया तर्ककोट्या
Chittardri bhavamuchchairvapushi cha pulakam harshabashpancha hitva.
चित्तार्द्री भावमुच्चैर्वपुषि च पुलकं हर्षबाष्पं च हित्वा चित्तार्द्री भावमुच्चैर्वपुषि च पुलकं हर्षबाष्पं च हित्वा
Chittam shuddhyet katham va kimu bahu tapasa vidyaya vita bhaktehe.
चित्तं शुध्येत् कथं वा किमु बहु तपसा विद्यया वीतभक्तेः चित्तं शुध्येत् कथं वा किमु बहु तपसा विद्यया वीतभक्तेः
Tvadgathasvadasiddhanjana satatamarīmrijyamano yamatma.
त्वद्गाथास्वादसिद्धाञ्जन सततमरीमृज्यमानो यमात्मा त्वद्गाथास्वादसिद्धाञ्जन सततमरीमृज्यमानो यमात्मा
Chakshurvat tattva sukshmam bhajati na tu tathabhyastaya tarkakotya
चक्षुर्वत्तत्त्वसूक्ष्मं भजति न तु तथाभ्यस्तया तर्ककोट्या चक्षुर्वत्तत्त्वसूक्ष्मं भजति न तु तथाभ्यस्तया तर्ककोट्या चित्ताद्रीभावमुच्चैर्वपुषि च पुलकं हर्षबाष्पं च हित्वा चित्तं शुद्ध्येत् कथं वा किमु बहु तपसा विद्यया वीतभक्तेः त्वद्गाथा स्वादसिद्धाञ्जन सततमरीमृज्य मानोऽयमात्मा चक्षुर्वत्तत्त्वसूक्ष्मं भजति न तु तथाभ्यस्तया तर्ककोट्या.
Good. Next shloka. ध्यानन्ते शीलयेयम्
ध्यानं ते शीलयेयम् ध्यानं ते शीलयेयम्
समतनुसुख
समतनुसुख समतनुसुख
बद्धासनः
बद्धासनः बद्धासनः
नासिकाग्र
नासिकाग्र नासिकाग्र
न्यस्ताक्षः
न्यस्ताक्षः न्यस्ताक्षः
पूरकाद्यैः
पूरकाद्यैः पूरकाद्यैः
जितपवनपथः
जितपवनपथः जितपवनपथः
चित्तपद्मम्
चित्तपद्मं चित्तपद्मं
त्ववाञ्चम्
त्ववाञ्चं त्ववाञ्चम्
ऊर्ध्वाग्रम्
ऊर्ध्वाग्रम् ऊर्ध्वाग्रम्
भावयित्वा
भावयित्वा भावयित्वा
रविविधु
रविविधु रविविधु
शिखिनः
शिखिनः शिखिनः
संविचिन्त्य
संविचिन्त्य संविचिन्त्य
उपरिष्टात्
उपरिष्टात् उपरिष्टात्
तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वाम्
तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वा तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वाम्
सजलजलधर
सजलजलधर सजलजलधर
श्यामलं
श्यामलं श्यामलं
कोमलाङ्गं
कोमलाङ्गं कोमलाङ्गं
ध्यानन्ते शीलयेयम्
ध्यानं ते शीलयेयम् ध्यानं ते शीलयेयम्
समतनो
समतनु समतनु
सुखबद्धासनः
सुखबद्धासनः सुखबद्धासनः
समतनु सुखबद्धासनः
समतनु सुखबद्धासनः समतनु सुखबद्धासनः
नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः
नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः
पूरकाद्यैः
पूरकाद्यैः पूरकाद्यैः
जितपवनपथः
जितपवनपथः जितपवनपथः
पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथः
पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथः पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथः
चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम्
चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम् चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम्
ऊर्ध्वाग्रं भावयित्वा
ऊर्ध्वाग्रं भावयित्वा ऊर्ध्वाग्रं भावयित्वा
रविविधुशिखिनः
रविविधुशिखिनः रविविधुशिखिनः
संविचिन्त्योपरिष्टात्
संविचिन्त्योपरिष्टात् संविचिन्त्योपरिष्टात्
तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वाम्
तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वाम् तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वाम्
सजल जलधरश्यामलम्
सजल जलधरश्यामलम् सजल जलधरश्यामलम्
श्यामलं कोमलाङ्गम्
श्यामलं कोमलाङ्गम् श्यामलं कोमलाङ्गम्
ध्यानन्ते शीलयेयं समतनुसुखबद्धासनः
ध्यानं ते शीलयेयं समतनुसुखबद्धासनः ध्यानं ते शीलयेयं समतनुसुखबद्धासनः
नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः पूरकाद्यैः
नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः पूरकाद्यैः नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः पूरकाद्यैः
पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथश्चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम्
पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथश्चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम् पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथश्चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम्
ध्यानन्ते शीलयेयं समतनुसुखबद्धासनो नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथश्चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम्
ध्यानं ते शीलयेयं समतनुसुखबद्धासनो नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथश्चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम् ध्यानं ते शीलयेयं समतनुसुखबद्धासनो नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः पूरकाद्यौर्जितपवनपथश्चित्तपद्मं त्ववाञ्चम्
You said dyav. Anyway, correct it. ऊर्ध्वाग्रं भावयित्वा रविविधुशिखिनः संविचिन्त्योपरिष्टात्
ऊर्ध्वाग्रं भावयित्वा रविविधुशिखिनः संविचिन्त्योपरिष्टात् ऊर्ध्वाग्रं भावयित्वा रविविधुशिखिनः संविचिन्त्योपरिष्टात्
तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वां सजल जलधरश्यामलं कोमलाङ्गम्
तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वां सजल जलधरश्यामलं कोमलाङ्गम् तत्रस्थं भावयेत्त्वां सजल जलधरश्यामलं कोमलाङ्गम् ध्यानं ते शीलयेयं समतनुसुखबद्धासनो नासिकाग्रन्यस्ताक्षः पूरकाद्यैर्जितपवनपथश्चित्तपद्मन् त्ववाञ्छम् ऊर्ध्वाग्रं भावयित्वा रविविधुशिखिनः संविचिन्त्योपरिष्टात् तत्रस्थं भावये त्वां सजलजलधरश्यामलं कोमलाङ्गम्.
Next shloka, Jayalakshmi Ganesha. Anilashlakšnakesham
Anilashlakšnakesham
Jvalita makarasat
Jvalita makarasat
Satkundalam mandahasa
Satkundalam mandahasa
Syandardram
Syandardram
Kaustubhashri
Kaustubhashri
Parigata
Parigata
Vanamala
Vanamala
Uruharabhiramam
Uruharabhiramam
Shrivatsankam
Shrivatsankam
Subahum
Subahum
Mridula Sadudaram
Mridula Sadudaram
Kanchanachyachelam
Kanchanachayelam
Charusnigdhorum
Charusnigdhorum
Ambhoruhalalitapadam
Ambhoruhalalitapadam
Bhavayeham bhavantam
Bhavayeham
Anilashlakšnakesham
Anilashlakšnakesham
Jvalita makara Satkundalam Jvalita makara Satkundalam Mandahasasyandardraм
Mandahasasyandardraм
Kaustubhashri parigata Vanamalo Ruharabhiramam
Vanamaloruharabhiramam
Shrivatsankam Subahum
Shrivatsankam Subahum
Mridula Sadudaram
Mridula Sadudaram
Kanchanachyachelam
Kanchanachayelam
Charusnigdhorum
चारुस्निग्धोरुम्
अम्भोरुहललितपदम्
अम्भोरुहललितपदम् अम्भोरुहललितपदम्
भावयेऽहं भवन्तम्
भावयेऽहं भवन्तम् भावयेऽहं भवन्तम्
आनीलश्लक्ष्णकेशम्
आनीलश्लक्ष्णकेशम् आनीलश्लक्ष्णकेशम्
ज्वलितमकरसत्कुण्डलम्
ज्वलितमकरसत्कुण्डलम् ज्वलितमकरसत्कुण्डलम्
मन्दहासस्यन्दार्द्रं कौस्तुभश्री
मन्दहासस्यन्दार्द्रं कौस्तुभश्री मन्दहासस्यन्दार्द्रं कौस्तुभश्री
परिगतवनमालोरुहाराभिरामम्
परिगतवनमालोरुहाराभिरामम् परिगतवनमालोरुहाराभिरामम्
आनीलश्लक्ष्णकेशं ज्वलितमकरसत्कुण्डलं मन्दहासस्यन्दार्द्रं कौस्तुभश्री परिगतवनमालोरुहाराभिरामम्
आनीलश्लक्ष्णकेशं ज्वलितमकरसत्कुण्डलं मन्दहासस्यन्दार्द्रं कौस्तुभश्री परिगतवनमालोरुहाराभिरामम् आनीलश्लक्ष्णकेशं ज्वलितमकरसत्कुण्डलं मन्दहासस्यन्दार्द्रं कौस्तुभश्री परिगतवनमालोरुहाराभिरामम्
श्रीवत्साङ्कं सुबाहुं मृदुलसदुदरं काञ्चनच्छायचेलम्
श्रीवत्साङ्कं सुबाहुं मृदुलसदुदरं काञ्चनच्छायचेलम् श्रीवत्साङ्कं सुबाहुं मृदुलसदुदरं काञ्चनच्छायचेलम्
चारुस्निग्धोरुमम्भोरुहललितपदं भावयेऽहं भवन्तम्
चारुस्निग्धोरुमम्भोरुहललितपदं भावयेऽहं भवन्तम् चारुस्निग्धोरुमम्भोरुहललितपदं भावयेऽहं भवन्तम् आनीलश्लक्ष्णकेशं ज्वलितमकरसत्कुण्डलं मन्दहासस्यन्दार्द्रं कौस्तुभश्री परिगतवनमालोरुहाराभिरामम् श्रीवत्साङ्कं सुबाहुं मृदुलसदुदरं काञ्चनच्छायचेलम् चारुस्निग्धोरुमम्भोरुहललितपदं भावयेऽहं भवन्तम्.
Good. I think we will stop with this. I will repeat all these 8 verses now of this dashakam, and then we can take student question answers. And there are 2 more verses we will see in the next class. Or these 6 verses of this class I will chant now, 3rd to 8. We will see the full dashakam anyway in the next class. Santi shreyamsi bhuyamsyapi ruchibhidaya karminan nirmitani Kshudraanandascha santa bahuvidhagatayah krishnatebhyo bhaveyuhu Tvancha chakhyatha sakhyena numahitatamam shreyasam bhaktimekam Tvadbhaktya Anandatulyah khalu vishayajusham sammadah kena vasyat Tvadbhaktya tushta buddhe sukhamiha charato vichyutashasya chashaham Sarvasyus saukhyamayas salila kuharagasyeva toyaikamayyah Soyam khalvindralokam kamalaja bhavanam yoga siddhischa hridyaha nakangshatyetadastam swayamanupatite moksha saukhyepyanihaha Tvadbhakto badhyamanopi cha vishayarasayirindriya shanti hetoho bhaktyiva kramyamanaih punarapi khalu tairdurbalayirnabhijayyaha saptarchir deepitarchir dahati kila yatha bhuridaru prapancham Tvadbhaktyauge tathaiva pradahati duritam Durmadah Kvendriyanam Chittardri Bhavamuchair Vapushicha Pulakam Harshabashpancha Hitva Chittam Shuddhyet Katham Vakimu Bahutapasa Vidyaya Vita Bhaktehe Tvatgatha Svada Siddhanjana Satatamari Mrijyamano Yamatma Chakshurvattattva sukshmam bhajati natu tathabhyastaya tarka kotya dhyanante shilayeyam samatanu sukhabadhasano nasikagranyastakshah purakadyairjita pavanabhathaschitta padman pavancham Urdhvagram bhavayitva ravividhushikhinas samvichintyoparishtat tatrastham bhavayetvam sajala jaladharashyamalang komalangam Anilashlekshnakeshanjvalita makara satkundalam mandahasasyandardrang kaustubhashri parigatavanamaloroharabhiramam Shrivatsankam subaham mrudulasadudarang kanchanachaya chelam Charusnigdhorumam dhoruhalalita padam bhavayeham bhavantam sarvangeshu. Next class, that one. One announcement. A lot of people in Telegram were messaging and asking each other, discussing about a special program like Narayaneeyam chanting, a physical program after the completion. The completion might take another 8 to 10 weeks, I think. 10 weeks most probably. Which is about 2.5 months from now, somewhere in August. We will complete this. So this is the last week in May. So 10 weeks will be in August, mid-August somewhere. So Vyoma is also from Vyoma side. We are thinking of it. We are planning of it, of a physical event in Bangalore or Chennai or somewhere. If you have some particular ideas or something, or a location, maybe mainly need some location that we can have quite a few bhaktas who can come and congregate, which is accessible to everyone. Both by public transport, by other transport, and which is an ideal place for having such a parayanam. If you have any such thing in mind or something, you have any ideas, you can mail me regarding that. But the Telegram group is for discussion. We do get ideas there. If you want to give any particular idea, specific requests or something, please mail me. We will try to incorporate them, and it will also help us in creating and doing this. So we will be having this. So please be mentally ready that such an event will be happening. Dhanyavadaha for all your cooperation and devotion. Now we will look into the question answers. So in that, I think the fourth shloka or something, is it tatha or yatha was the question. The fourth or third shloka, fifth shloka. Fifth shloka, third line. Kila yatha is there in third line. And it is tatha in SN Shastri is what Shubha Narasimhan says. We'll keep it as yatha because there is tatha in the third line, and therefore it goes well. Yatha bhuridaru prapancham tadbhaktyoge tatha eva pradahati is goes well. In SN Shastri, you can see the below word by word meaning. Maybe there it is tatha. Sometimes there is a mistake in the original shloka. Even if it is not, please we will keep it as yatha in third line. That is regarding that. Fourth line, it says bhaktyoge I have given here. Some books might say bhaktyoge, okara instead of aukara. I will get back to you on that. I think both are fine. Not sure about that. So I will come back to that. That bhakti yoghe or bhakti yoghe. If it is ogha, then it has to be bhakti yoghe only. Bhakti yogha, bhakti yoghe. Aughe also is there. I'm not sure. I will get back. That's a little more in-depth Vyakarana question. Other questions from the participants I will take now. Panchananda Mahodaya.
Namaskar, sir. I
Namaste.
joined your class last sloka only because I was
Okay.
attending the Gita Parayanam. The
Oh,
question
okay.
of the question on this screen, yatha is correct because, like you said, if you go down to the pada by pada meaning, he did use
Yes.
yatha kela buridaru prapancham. So
Yes.
maybe it's a tata is a bit missed. I think it could be a typo. Yeah, and only one letter changes, right?
Correct.
And then the second question is, this is a little bit, may not be 100% in scope or so. There is a saying, if you recite these verses, it also improves your tejas, in other words, improves your overall body health, and also you develop a certain amount of, health benefits.
Yes.
Now, when you do the Veda chanting, including Bhagavad Gita as part of Veda, so there it is a little bit the training is easier. You keep on doing, it follows the meter a little bit more. Whereas in these ones here, these are literally challenging verses, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
So my question is, this also really, you have to put in a lot of effort to say it correctly. And if you do that, it really helps.
Yes.
This is a little question. If you think it's out of scope, is fine. So is there a common ground between the Vedic verses are all written properly because it's really geared towards oral recitation, whereas these were written by scholars based on their knowledge. So because I really love these last 10 dashakam 19. It is very challenging compositions. So say that because we keep reading this one, definitely it's going to be easier for me to other recitations. So if you have any general observations, where's the advantage? Maybe there must be some reason for Bhattacharya composed this in a very complex meter, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
General observation is any recitation gives a lot of benefit. You will see in Vyoma brothers, they have a talk on power of Sanskrit. Any recitation, even from the simplest of verses to the most difficult verses, they all have their own unique benefits based on pronunciation, based on the content and many other things. Whether you know the meaning or irrespective of the meaning, they all have their benefits. Veda chanting has special and unique benefits. That is because of the swaras and the energy contained in them. That is a separate topic altogether. We will not get into Veda chanting here. Both listening and reciting that gives separate and special benefits. These verses are also like Bhagavad Gita verses, but as you say, their quality and the way they are composed is of a different meter, and therefore itself they are more difficult and challenging. The topic here is also that way. He has to take the whole of Bhagavata Ekadasha Skandha, which itself, if you read, you will see there are almost many of the words that Bhattacharya uses are directly borrowed from the Bhagavata. If you read the Bhagavata and then you compare it with Narayaneeyam, many places he just borrows and then he compresses in such a beautiful manner. So the Bhagavata verses itself are very terse, and they are. It says one who reads and understands Bhagavata, it is a test for Vidwans itself. So that is, there is a verse in Sanskrit which says so. So that's why because there is a condensation of Bhagavata Purana, here also it is that challenging. That's all. So Vyasa itself, who wrote Bharata, wrote Bhagavata also. So the same Kavi has different styles of putting across the same thing. If you see the Uddhava Gita and the Ekadash Skandha, there will be quite challenging verses. Similarly, this is also challenging because he's doing the same thing and in a huge meter. Because there's so much content, he has chosen this meter, which is also big. That's all. There is a lot of research can be done. Other observations are for discourse.
Dhanyawada. Thank you.
Ram. G. Venkateshwaran.
Observation. Sir, this
Yes.
see in these verses, the power of devotion is stressed. Devotion is scoring over even your IQ, smartness, and all that with respect to God. But with respect to our Laukika life, it is smartness and IQ that matter, and then all your love and devotion. That is my see, just reverse. To
Correct.
exist in this world, you should be extra smart. Whereas with God, your smartness will not matter. The love and affection will only matter.
Absolutely. Correct. Ram Ram. Thank you. Priyadarshini.
Namaste, Mahodaya.
Namaste.
Mahodaya, I have a question. It's about the pronunciation. How to correctly pronounce the yakara ye and yekar?
So that you have to listen to a teacher and do it. So ya with ye, when you say ya itself, the yakara has a sound, you know that. Yashaha, there are so many words which yara lava, you know ya how you say. Ya with ye, so you obviously can say it ye, sham navidya, so all that is there. Ekara is where the problem comes for a lot of people. Ekara. Okay, ekara, when it comes in the Paniya, this thing, it's you will see it, both kantha and talu. So your tongue will not completely touch that part. It is not like ya will go, the tongue will completely roll and touch the root of the talu over there. That will not completely happen. There's only a slight modification of tongue. A mainly comes from the throat, but it's not a. You make a from the throat, you will get it rightly. Then you will know the difference yourself between yakara and ekara. I just pronounce it. Esham is ekara. Yesham is yakara with ekara.
Can I say one time? Because this was the input given to me when I did the Aditya Hrudayam exam this week.
Yes.
So I don't have anyone to correct myself. Even though I was the panelist in Bhagavad Gita, I still make the mistakes in many places.
Even here panelists also, some of the panelists here also make that mistake. I've been trying to correct them. It is very nuanced. This thing will come over experience after some time.
Esha, Yeshaha, Yesham. Am I right?
A should come as just A. That's all.
This is yakara. Yakara ye.
That yakara will come. Yes. You just.
But Yesha means dirga. That is little dirgam. Esha, dirga.
It is not about dirgha hraswandal, because anyway, ekara is there for both. So the matra kala is same. It's not dirgha hraswa. So only A coming from the throat, mainly from the throat, is ekara, the swara. Ya, you say, and then say the ye if you say, the more of tongue is yakara.
Dhanyavada, Mahodaya. I really don't have anyone to help me and correct myself. Thank you.
Yes, I understand. Kal Krishnan Mahodaya.
Oh, good morning to you all.
Good morning.
You know that A and the Ekara and the Yekara, I'm just comparing that to the V and the W in English, and it's 90% of Indians, they just can't get it right.
Yes.
Because there is no differentiation between V and W.
Yes.
In most Indian languages. Likewise in Tamil, the vowel and the consonant of the A Shabda is more difficult than it appears to me.
Right.
So, okay, anyhow, that's just a minor comment there. The other thing I just noticed is that, you know, I've been in this program with you for the last 2+ years, I think, right?
3+ years
now.
3+.
Is that right? 3+ years. Yes. And I do not hear not even one person speaking in Hindi being the national language.
Yes.
So is there a particular reason for it, or are they all experts in English and other languages?
I think a lot of people are South Indian. Our crowd consists of devotees, consists of South Indians mainly. There are a couple of North Indians, and then I have had 1 or 2 questions I remember in Hindi long back. I have heard questions in Hindi, but it is lesser. I think those who speak Hindi, I think they ask me the questions in English. So, and because the class is being in English to pander to everyone's requests, and not particular Tamilian. Tamil is the highest quantity, followed by some in Malayalam and then Kannada, and then followed by other Indian languages, I think. Among the
मैं तो केरला से हूँ, मैं तो 50 साल हो गया अभी छोड़ के, फिर भी मैं हिंदी में बोल सकता
Vyoma
हिंदी में
itself,
बोल
I
सकता
think
हूँ.
we have a lot of South Indian customers and this thing. So we have been telling we have to explore more towards the north of our country, where Vyoma is still not a well-known name.
Yeah, that's true. Finally, the last point is the last 10 dashakams, notwithstanding the importance of chanting, the content of the last 10 dashakams of comparing the differentiation between bhakti and indriya priya things.
Yes.
Once you start practicing the content in those 10 dashakas, at least even to a small extent,
Correct.
would be so much beneficial.
Yes.
Along with the chanting. It'll be just absolutely wonderful. I mean, what it's saying is that, just control your senses, basically, and then imbibe in bhakti. That's what he's saying, basically. And then living in the Western world, I have all this junk around my house. I mean, it's just absolute junk pile everywhere. And once in a while, I wonder, maybe I have to go find a cave someplace in India and then go live there, as long as there is Wi-Fi there. Anyhow, Mandahasam. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Dhanyavada. So these last 10 dashakams are anyway the compression of the Bhagavad Gita which is called the Uddhava Gita in Bhagavata. So they are to be put into practice into life, not just parayana. It is an upadesha from Bhagavan, which is to be taken in our stride. Dhanyavada. Jyoti.
Ram Guruji.
Ram.
Yeah, two things. What did you say about Uddhav Gita, the last 10 dashakams?
So the whole of Narayaneeyam is a compression of Bhagavata. These last 10 dashakams are a compression of the 11th skandha in Bhagavata, which mainly consists of Uddhava Gita, which are the Upadesh advice of Bhagavan to Uddhava, his friend. Like Arjuna Gita is called Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
This is also a Bhagavad Gita.
Okay. And the second point is just from my mind, I wanted to tell you that you said it will take about 10 weeks, right? For the thing, Dashakam. So mid-August is around 19th August.
I have not calculated, but probably 12th to 19th August.
Yeah. Because I pray to Guru Ayappa that it gets over, because we were going to have a puja at the home in June, but I very much wanted it after the Narayaneeyam gets completed. And in the natural course, it got postponed and we fixed the date for August 20. So it will give me a great pleasure that after Narayaneeyam, I'm having the puja done,
Wonderful,
so
wonderful.
I pray and I want your blessings also that the puja will go a success. It's for the Ghar Pravesh. So I wanted it after the Narayaneeyam got over. So I want to be your blessings, Guruji.
Okay, sure. Avashyam. Everything by the grace of Bhagavan, everything will happen.
Okay, thank you.
Ram. Gayatri Rajmohan on the question answer panel, she has asked, will you start teaching Sanskrit after completion of Narayani? And the whole portal is of so many Sanskrit courses by Soumya Bhagini and Kiran Bhatt and so many others. So just Sanskrit as a language, I am not going to teach, but there are courses lined up in the same slot, Saturday evening slot after Narayaneeyam also. They will announce it as and when it finalizes and gets decided. And there will be course announcements. I will be continuing teaching after Narayaneeyam, a different course, but it will not be just basic Sanskrit. There are other plans which we will let you know as and when it happens. You have asked whether the Saundarya Lahari I will teach. Saundarya Lahari is already there on the Vyoma portal, taught by another teacher very well. I think it is Vishnupuri. I'm not sure. Okay, some teacher has taught it on the portal. So if you want to learn Saundarya Lahari, it is already available on the Vyoma portal. Please go to that and learn. Dhanyavada. Namasarvebhyaha. Ram. We shall meet again next weekend. Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste.